If you're a fan of the N64, or maybe you've got a load of old retro gaming cartridges like these lying around, or you pang nostalgically for those pinnacle of gaming N64 days, well, I'm going to be telling you why this could be your next console. Let's check it out. This is the Analogue 3D, and it's from Analogue, who make a range of retro gaming devices that allow you to play retro games using the original cartridges in some cases, but on kind of updated equipment. As you can see, it's got all those classic N64 vibes, but with a modern twist. Now, this is not an emulator. This, as I said, will play your original N64 cartridges that are probably in your attic and your loft and just need a quick blow, and you're off. Not only that, it will upscale it to 4K. Of course, these games were designed specifically to play on the old CRT TVs, you know, the big kind of square blocks of plastic in the corner of your room. And of course, now we all have big ass flat screens. So you need to upgrade it. But upscaling these games to 4K modern TVs isn't quite as simple as it sounds, because the way these games were designed, and it was a big problem for Nintendo, let alone developers, were that they had to interact with your CRT TVs to kind of give that smooth gaming experience in a way that perhaps other consoles didn't. And that's what set the N64 apart at the time. Let's dive into this a bit more. At the time of recording, this is available for order and will be available from October the 21st. So if you look in the store here, they come in black, $249. They come in white, and you can pre-order as of October the 21st, as you can see here. And 8-bit do a N64 style controller, which is sort of Bluetooth, that will connect with this. Now, 8-bit do are very closely related to Analogue as a company, so it's no surprise that they do these. These are sold separately, so you'll have to buy these separately. But have no fear, if you have your old controllers, then you can use them using these original Analogue controller ports here. I think I've got an old GameCube controller that will plug into one of these. I'm going to have to check that out. But as I say, as you can see from the overall design, it's got all those N64 vibes, as I said, but it's fully updated. And if we look here, introducing the Analogue 3D, the future is here. Reimagining of the N64 in 4K resolution. As I said, that's absolutely key for our big ass TVs, 10 times the resolution of the original N64. And of course, many consider the N64 to be the greatest multiplayer system of all time. I mean, many's the time I remember playing hours and hours of GoldenEye with my nephew, or Mario Kart after a late sesh down the pub with my mates around his flat. As I said, the important thing here, this is not an emulator. So this is perfect for those old gamers that, no disrespect, that have got old cartridges up in the attic or in their loft or whatever, collecting dust. But also, there's loads of retro shops nowadays and gaming shops. So now is the time to get down there and see if you can dig out some old N64 cartridges. Because the Analogue 3D is 100% compatible with every original N64 game ever made. Plus, it's region-free. I said it comes with Bluetooth, dual-band Wi-Fi for updating the operating system, and 4 original style controller ports. This is entirely new next-gen hardware featuring the Analogue's 3D operating system. So, as I said, although it plays the old N64 games, it's got its own operating system. And very clearly they say here, no emulation. This is not an emulator. That's the beauty of it. The Analogue 3D represents a milestone in video game preservation. It's not only the world's first reimagining of N64, and boy, you can tell here. I mean, look at this. It's a thing of beauty, especially the white one. But the world's first 100% compatible recreation of the N64. And often the problem with the N64, if you're trying to plug it into an OLED or a big ass flat screen, is that the games were specifically designed to function with a CRT TV. But using the underlying software and hardware within this Analogue 3D, you have no more incompatibilities that you get with software emulation, such as input lag, graphic and audio inaccuracies, timing and frame rate issues. I mean, for platforming games and those kind of, tricky Mario 64 kind of jumps and stuff like that, you don't want timing or frame rate issues. So for the first time, you can re-experience the N64 exactly as it was meant to be without compromise. So it goes on here, like I was mentioning about the issue with the CRT. The original hardware's distinctive approach to rendering polygons and texture depends on the CRT far more critically than simpler 2D systems. That's the great hurdle that Analogue claimed to have overcome. The fact that the Analogue 3D brings true CRT reference quality to your HD TV in 4K. So you're going to experience those N64 games, but suitable for a larger screen with unmatched authenticity and zero lag, as it says here. Analogue's 3D original display modes are meticulously reproduced, virtually indistinguishable recreations of CRT displays, but on your big TV. The controller that 8-bit do feels very iconic. It feels like the original N64 controller, but it's also got that kind of, this is an old Stadia one, but Xbox, it's got that kind of slight Xbox feel to it as well. And of course, it's Bluetooth. Crafted with an uncompromising attention to detail, the C buttons, D-pad, and AB buttons retain original size, sub-layouts, and feel, featuring a superior quality Hall effect joystick with original style N64 gate. They've gone out of their way to recreate or get as close as the original N64 experience, but upgraded so that you can play, as I said, on your big ass TV. So as I said, the actual operating system is very different from obviously the N64, apart from when you actually play the games. And so they have this new 3D operating system here. And as you can see, here's some screenshots of what it looks like. So it feels upgraded and yet still not a million miles away from your original N64 experience. So in the box, you're going to get your Analogue 3D, in this case, the black one, a HDMI cable. After all, you're going to want to be plugging it into that big TV. That's the whole point of this upgraded N64 kind of player. A USB cable and worldwide USB-C power supply. So it's powered using a USB-C cable. So you've got all the modern things that you need without losing that original nostalgic play style and CRT feel, even though it's upgraded to 4K. And as I said, you can pre-order from October the 21st. And I'm not sure whether it's available in the UK yet or in Europe, but if you're in America, it's $250, as I said, and doesn't come with a controller, so you can dig out your old controllers. They should work. It's got Bluetooth, so you can see the range of controllers they've got here. They've got the old sort of Nintendo ones and the upgraded ones from 8-bit do. But I know it's on the operating system. You can use your Xbox One controller, connect it by Bluetooth here, and then you can kind of change the mapping. And as I said, very, very similar style here. It probably, if you've upgraded, if you've got some Stadia controllers lying around like I have, plenty of them, and they're all upgraded to use Bluetooth, maybe they'll work. Anyway, as I said, I'm really, really excited by this. I was a massive fan of the N64 when it came out, although I was gaming way before that. I mean, goodness, I had a ZX81. That's how old I am. But it was really, when it came to console gaming, it was a combination of the PlayStation 2 and the N64 that really got me into gaming. So there you go. Anyway, let me know what you think. And if you're interested in more gaming videos, then you should definitely check out these videos over here. Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe and hit like, because, hey, that really helps. Thanks for watching.